Hi, tonight we're going to be talking about invoking the law of sacrifice in order to help us have greater results in the new year as we're seeking to achieve our New Year's resolutions for the year 2019. As we're rapidly approaching the new year, many of us will engage with the ambition of creating something new for ourselves. Some of us will accomplish those goals, many of us will not. And that's why we're here tonight, to help give you a little bit more awareness around what it means when we utilize the universal principle of invoking the law of sacrifice. My name is Jennifer Mayhofer, and I am a life mastery consultant of Spirit Catcher Life Mastery Consulting, and I'm delighted to be here with you this evening. I'm here sharing my fire. I love the warmth of the fire, the glow, amber glow, that it creates in me a sense of warmth, and I just wanted to have that opportunity to share that with you tonight as well. So, perhaps you've heard me speak of universal principles before, and one of the bodies of work that I do a great deal of studying with is Working with the Law by Raymond Holliwell. And in his chapter on the law of sacrifice, he actually utilizes the example of Abraham Lincoln. And he talks about how Abraham Lincoln in his early life was much like most of us, that, he would prefer to just enjoy the day rather than to work harder. And but he came from very meager, he didn't have a lot in his life, and his parents worked very hard, but they didn't have a great deal of money. And his mother, taught her what she could when she was available to do so. And she became very ill at one point in her life. So I'm going to read just a little bit from here because I think that it's very valuable information. And one of the most intriguing and profound quotes that I have discovered in the beginning of this passage is that even education does not make a great man whose soul is small. And what does that mean? That means that when we do not invoke a greater level of growth within ourselves, if we do not seek to grow, if we do not seek to do the work that's required for us to grow, that we stay small as human beings. And Abraham Lincoln's mother taught him that the beginning of wisdom is not imposed by discipline, but the beginning of wisdom is first the desire for discipline, the love of it, the voluntary choice of it. Thus, he learned that discipline is the high road that leads to everything that makes life worth living. So each and every one of us, each and every day, is engaged in sacrificing something, whether we acknowledge it or not. We get up in the morning, we sacrifice sleeping in late so that we can be on time to go to work. We go to a job that we may or may not love, so that we can earn wages, so that we can have money to pay our bills, and so that we can clothe and feed ourselves. Every day there is the law of sacrifice that's being invoked. And it engages us whether we consciously are aware of it or not. So it becomes a compelling question. What exactly are we sacrificing for what in our life? So many of us, as we're entering the new year, we would love, let's use the example of losing weight. There's a lot of people that would love to drop a few pounds for the new year. So what exactly is it that you are doing to be able to accomplish that for yourself? Because we have to sacrifice something. We cannot continue with our old habituated patterns and expect to create something new and something different for ourselves. So if we're going to truly engage in creating new results, we have to be willing to leave the things that are no longer serving us behind. And sometimes this is our habits. Sometimes this is our way of thinking. And just like a man who is engaging with a bad temper, or a woman for that matter, cannot expect that to have positive regard for himself as long as he is indulging a bad temper, to maintain those friendships and the kind, loving relationships around him, he's actually sacrificing his friendships so that he can indulge that bad temper. Or somebody who would love to have, a loving home, they cannot be out and about doing whatever it is that they choose and expect that when they come home that, that everybody is going to be as kind and loving and embracing if they're not willing to make the sacrifice of letting go of those other cravings and longings. So we all have to make sacrifices in the course of each and every day. So the question comes is, what exactly is it that you're sacrificing your life for? What is it that you would truly love? In order for us to gain something greater, we must be willing to engage the law of sacrifice. And if we don't choose, the law will absolutely choose for us. So it's a very interesting thing. Where is it in your life that you are wanting a greater result, yet are reluctant to truly step into the embodiment and to engage in a way that's going to actually transform your experience and create the kind of results that you would truly love to have? I talk about, truly living the life that you love and utilizing universal laws in order to actualize that for yourself. But without actually taking the actions and to utilizing the self-discipline that's required in order for any great talent to achieve their accomplishment, we'll stay stagnant and we'll stay in a life that is comfortable but not very life-giving after a period of time. So what exactly is it that you are doing that's preventing you from creating the kind of results that you would love? So, and then there's also the idea that when we signify to the universe that we're really ready to make a change, it begins to respond. So what exactly are some of the things that you could be doing that can signify to the universe that you're ready, that you're willing to make the commitment and really move forward? Getting really clear about your vision is one great thing, is to really honing in as you're going into the new year to really focus on what exactly is it that I would love my 2019 year to look like. And make a list of the things that you would truly love to create for yourself, to create an action list of how you're going to accomplish that. And also to ask yourself, what can you be doing more of that you're not doing, and what can you do less of that you are currently doing? And when we begin to make small, subtle changes, the universe begins to respond because it sees the energy that we're creating, the momentum of that energy moving us in that direction, and it will little by little respond. And the more integrity that you have with your commitment to your sacrifice, to your law of sacrifice, the more the universe will indulge you and engage and give you all that it is that you're seeking. So as you're pondering your New Year's resolutions, keep that in mind, the law of sacrifice, and what can you do to create greater results in your life this year. So, what else can we talk about? Oh, sometimes we just feel stuck, right? So in our life, we're often, coming to the end of the year and we're looking back in retrospect, where is it in my life that I would have liked to have a little bit more movement? And what can we do to increase our results in that capacity? And, sometimes we would love to feel more comfortable even in our own home, but what are we doing to declutter it? How can we get rid of the things that are no longer serving us so that we can have something greater for ourselves? Perhaps, you would love to, have a greater experience each day, have new opportunities arrive. Well, maybe you can choose to take a different route to work this week. What can the landscape change and, create a new imagery in your mind, the images that it invokes while you're driving past something new. It can surely start to spark some kind of new growth process for you. So anyway, I'm wishing you all the best of luck as you invoke your law of sacrifice as you're heading into the 2019 new year. And also wanted to let you know that I work with a proven, repeatable system that has 40 years of expertise behind it in creating transformational change. And over a period of months, We, over a period of weeks, 12 weeks is the minimum, really required to see any major shift begin to occur. It requires a repatterning because, you know, even though we say that we'd like to create this change, more often than not, our limiting thoughts and paradigms grab hold of us and they prevent us from truly creating the new results that we would love to have, and they end up sabotaging our results. So as you're contemplating your New Year's resolutions, I would be delighted to help engage you in creating something new for yourself by sharing with you. I offer complimentary strategy sessions at different times throughout the course of the month, and I would be delighted to help you engage in really creating new results for you in the upcoming year. So sending you all love, peace, and blessings. It's your light. Let it shine. Take care.